Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. J Rock in the building. And alive on a beautiful Monday afternoon here in Baltimore. Kicking off my first day of vacation. Chilling in the lab for now. About to get out here and work on this truck in a minute. What up? What up? J Rock. Testing the system out. How y'all feeling today? Yeah, man. So I'm live today on YouTube, Twitter, and of course, Facebook. I've been doing some system tests and actually doing tweaks to see how Facebook interacts with different scenarios. And so that's what I'm doing today, right now, this very moment. Doing that and also testing out Twitter. Y'all know Periscope Twitter phased out Periscope. And so Periscope is going to be a thing of the past. And so for those of you who don't know me, my name is
DJ J Rock
of the Power Jam DJs event stream team. How y'all feeling today? I am just in the lab. So if you stumble upon this video, feel free to hit up the comments. Let me know how it's coming through. Let me know how it sounds. Everything looks and sounds pretty cool on my end. So I'm curious to see how it's flowing on your end. So, yep, just talking ish right now. Talking some tech ish. Feel free if you want to join the conversation. Hit up the chat box and we could talk tech ish together. And so let me see if Facebook, yesterday when I did my test, Facebook wouldn't allow me to share the feed. They've been doing really screwy stuff with my account. It's like I'm really thinking about just abandoning Facebook altogether. So we'll see if it cooperates today. We shall see if it cooperates. Right now, it seems like it's allowing me to share. And so, but we'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, so the main thing I wanted to test today, see if for the last couple of weeks, Facebook been capping on my personal account the number of viewers that I can have. And I really haven't been playing music on Facebook, DJing on Facebook, like talking about in a while now. I know Sunday I did 1 or 2 mixes, and that was just a test to see how sensitive Facebook still is towards my account. But it seems like they really capped my viewers on my personal account. They got like a compressor on it. But for the business pages and stuff like that, that limit isn't there for now. Hopefully it stays that way. But on my personal page, and it's not like I share a lot of political posts, stuff like that. I share what's important to me. So if it's something cross my focus, then yeah, of course I'm gonna talk about it. But yeah, so if you stumble upon this video, I'm just, especially on Facebook side, I'm trying to see how bad they have me capped right now. So testing this out. And so yeah, let's do some more tests. So today we're just talking some tech-ish. Just talking tech-ish. For those of you who might not be familiar with ish. I'll break it down for you. Um, ish is another way of saying talking tech shit. So I'm talking techish. So one of the things that I've been seeing over the last couple of months on Facebook and social media in general is just people being angry and mad and upset about what gear and equipment that other people acquire to do their business and stuff like that. Also situations where people, start giving you the silent treatment for various reasons relating to, one could only assume, the acquisition of new gear and technologies. So one thing I like to say about tools and gear and stuff like that, I like to purchase what I feel my business need in order to deliver a high-end service. And that's going to differ from person to person, business owner to business owner. You as the business owner, as the individual, you determine your service level. You determine how you want to approach the technology, tools. If you're a mechanic, you might not rock with craftsman tools. You might rock with Snap-on tools. Or if you're a carpenter, you might like Black & Decker versus DeWalt, or Ryobi. I'm a DIY person. I'm not a professional carpenter or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination. And so for me, the Ryobi tools have been working well for the last 10 years. But as it relates to business, our approach is just really looking at the type of service we want to provide, our optimal clients that we feel we can have a outstanding working relationship with, as well as just looking at it from the standpoint of return on investment. So every purchase might not have as greater ROI from a investment standpoint than others. It's like some stuff we just look at and like, this seems like it'd be something cool to play with. And so other things is like, oh my goodness, I bought probably 6 years ago, I spent $10 on a rubber mallet. And it's somewhere here or the storage unit. And this rubber mallet, I would probably say it's probably the best $10 I've spent when it comes to putting together truss towers and overhead truss and all that. This rubber mallet has proved to be invaluable, and being able to put the hammer in the pins and remove them without denting up the truss. And so every tool, every piece of gear is not necessarily super expensive. And so sometimes those small investments count. Well, a lot of times they're just as important. From the stand that's holding my iPad right here to the tripod that's holding my camera. You look at what you want to do with your business. Like here lately, I've been looking at speaker stands and just really trying to figure out the best way to go. I tried some of those Chauvet stands, which was a horrible experience. Not that the stands themselves are poorly designed, but it was just the purchasing and the delivery experience between the vendor and UPS. then it's like, do you really want to spend so much money on speaker stands? But it just goes back to, you got to evaluate your setup. You got to evaluate, how you want to present your business and present your services. And so what the next person need or require may be different. Me as the individual, as
DJ J Rock.
I personally be excited when I see some of my colleagues get the stuff that they've been working for, and they get their uplights or get their moving heads or their speakers. I'd be like, yeah, that's what's up. It's like another person reaching their goals doesn't diminish, any goal that I'm working for or working towards. If anything, it's inspiring and motivating, and not doesn't motivate me to hate or get mad or be angry, but motivate me to be like, wow, John got that new Sprinter van. I want one of those. But yeah, do I need one of those? Yes and no. It's mostly a want. And so as I've been growing and maturing and looking at, especially planning for my retirement, I just really think twice now and think long and hard about big purchases. Because it's like, knowing that I'm retiring in 3 years, it's like, do I really want to spend XYZ now? Or what can I do in the interim to get me through the next 3 years? And so, but just really looking at it from that standpoint, and like the new Rain One DJ system, a lot of people grabbed that thing, but nobody's talking about the fact that when it was announced, it was one price, and then once they started shipping, they was $100 more expensive. And from a technology standpoint, it's smaller, easier to carry, and lighter, and that's very important. But speaking as a tech person, I feel it's a downgrade. I really do. What's up, William? He says, why are you retiring? I've been DJing and producing events and stuff probably since I was 17. DJing since I was 13, producing events since I was 17. And I'm just at a point now where I feel like it's so many goals and so many challenges I have reached. And so goals and projects that I think about now aren't related to DJing and producing events and stuff like that. Things I think about now is more so related to the community, from a non-entertainment standpoint, as well as just really looking at land and property and why is it so challenging for people to acquire land and acquire real estate. And so a project that I've been working on in the background is just really coming up with a situation where we will be able to make it easier, remove some of the barriers from people buying property, buying land. And so that's what I've been thinking about a lot. And I think that's my next chapter. And traveling more, definitely traveling more. Because one thing about doing events and doing shows and getting money, and it's like you are working every weekend. Every weekend you are working. The pandemic slowed things down tremendously, and it gave me time to think. and and normally when I got time to think, something really good happens, or a lot of money is spent. But I just been thinking about like what's next, what's our next goal, what's our next project, and it's really that. It's really that. So as far as music and entertainment and all of that good stuff, I feel as though I've done so many parties and weddings, and it's been an honor to DJ for people wedding, then turn around and DJ for their 20th anniversary or their 10th anniversary. Or I DJ for the mom and dad's wedding. Now I'm DJing for their kids' weddings. And so that in itself has been an awesome, awesome experience. But yeah, I still love the business, and I still figure out what to do with all of my inventory. Hopefully, figure out something. He says, I'm kind of feeling the same way too. Just want to transition equipment and technology into my next chapter. I think even in retirement, I'm always going to have like a dope DJ system set up in the family cave. Yeah, I'm always gonna have a dope DJ system set up, because every now and then, you get that itch and you just want to go and try something, try a blend or whatever. So whatever the dopest DJ system is at the time, my goal is to have that set up. But as far as DJing for events, I've been actually spending time looking at other DJs that's in my area that I could funnel work to. Right now, it's two people that I build with a lot that I could say, it's two people that I can say that based on our work experience and relationship, I trust them 100% with any client that I have. Because it's like, I feel like you got to be careful when you refer people. And I feel like these two people are just top notch in my book. I'm a fan of them as people and a fan of them professionally. And so I just been looking at other folks as well that I can, form that type of relationship with. But yeah, outside of that, it's like the technology and gear. It's like, it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work putting together trust systems and stuff like that. It's like for a huge event, we'll spend 5 hours on setup. And so as I approach chapter 2 in my life, I personally don't want to work as hard. I feel like I've paid my dues. And so that's why I tell people all the time, don't trip off the gear and stuff, what somebody else got. Get what you need to do your business, to reach your goals, or have the most fun in your den or basement. Don't worry about nothing else. See, and that's another thing, as we've looking back, And I'm only going to talk about the last 6 years. Invest in your business, plan for success, but be ready for failures. Because failures are one of those things that you can't predict when a failure will happen. You cannot predict. What's good, Divine Peace Allah? Thanks for checking in. Yeah, you can't predict when a failure is going to happen. It's like, it's always at the most inconvenient time when you're not prepared and you don't have a backup. And so as you plan your business, let's say, I'm talking about carpenters a lot today, because I've been on the phone over the last 3 weeks with a lot of carpenters. You don't want to show up, to a construction site and you got your Ryobi tool kit or your Black & Decker, you got your hammer, you got your saws, and you don't have extra drill bits, because chances are you're going to break a drill bit. Chances are you got a saw, that blade is going to get dull or break. And so the same with DJ equipment and lighting and stuff like that. And so especially with your music, you want to make sure you back up your hard drives on a regular basis. I do it every time I update my music catalog. And you want to have a backup with you in the case you're at the event and your hard drive start acting stupid. Or if you use CDJs, you want to have backups of the music on thumb drives and things like that. And so, and we all had the best intentions about, oh yeah, I'm a backup every Sunday night, da 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 da. But if you're anything like me and you're a husband and you have kids and you got a spouse, sometimes the best laid plans you got to adapt, for your family life. And so, but you want to make it a priority to plan for success and be ready for failures. I can't stress enough how important that is. Case in point, if you got a trailer, make sure you got a spare tire for that trailer. Make sure you know how to change a tire. All right, Will, appreciate you, fam. It's like, make sure you know how to change that tire. It's just so important. And the same thing with your computers and your DJ system. I know sometimes, some of us, we get to a point where we feel like we might know it all, or that won't happen to me. Then it's at the most inopportune time that, you get caught lacking. And so you don't want to be that. You don't want to get caught out there in that situation where you're at a client site and you're about to spin the first record and the computer is acting up and there's nothing you can do about it. So you want to be prepared. If you're a so-called Mac DJ, buy a cheaper PC or buy a MacBook Air for a backup. If you're a so-called PC DJ, you got an HP, get you a Dell, whatever. Have you a backup. At this point, a computer is a computer. They all work the same. I was that hard a Mac DJ until probably a year ago. I've been playing on a PC laptop exclusively for a whole year. And it's been an awesome experience with Serato and virtual DJ. So, yeah. As part of investing in your business, you want to invest in yourself. Think about it. You are your best tool. You are your most valuable asset. Your family, your team members. And so in this time that we live in now, you want to make sure that you got your personal protection equipment, masks and stuff like that. And I know masks and stuff is highly politicized right now, but as a person who's seen a lot of loss in his family from COVID, I stand by mask. Dealing with a tragedy right now. You want to make sure that you invest in classes. Don't be afraid to take a workshop. It might cost $20 or $50 or $100. If it's something you want to learn, something you want to get better at, don't be afraid to invest that money in your education. It's like you would be surprised, how many books and stuff that I buy and sit down with. I'm not even going to talk about the books that my wife and my kids are, the books that they get. But invest in yourself. You are your most valuable tool. And also, invest in your mental health. Don't be afraid to unplug from the social media, from the toxic friend groups. Because you can't be on your A game if your most important tool is in a state of disrepair. So don't be afraid to talk to somebody. You got that friend, that family member, your spouse, the person that's causing you the stress. Yeah, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. I spent a lot of time hosting Zoom meetings early on, and trying to assist other people and build and network, and in doing so, you're not always met with the same energy and love, so to speak. I found that falling back from Facebook groups and a lot of the Zoom meetings that I would just sit on and participate in has really freed up my mind, has freed up my time, and just allowed me to be able to grow and flourish within my business and my family. Oftentimes, it'd be fun. You building, you chopping it up with the fellas, just to find out that it'd be so much backstabbing that goes on in the chat boxes and stuff like that. So I found that falling back has allowed me to prioritize my business goals, prioritize the things that I wanted to achieve and learn and do, and really accelerate, allowed us to accelerate. Because sometimes, we'll get so focused on outside entrance that we lose focus on what we should be working on. I did not want 5 or 6 years to pass by and the only success, the only progress that I have is that, oh, you helped a lot of people on Facebook, or you didn't. You spend a lot of time in Facebook groups. You spend a lot of time on Zoom, but then you look at your business and you got nothing to show. You don't have any new clients. You're not meeting any sales goals. You're not delivering socks off service. The only thing you got to show at the end of the day is some people on Facebook say you're a cool person. And nothing is wrong with that. But for me, I'm motivated to achieve things and off my own sweat equity. And if I'm not spending my time either with my family, working for the liberation of my people, or being the best technical media producing, event producing person that I can be, then I'm not really working towards my greater goal. And not saying that I don't take time out to help people, because I do. Not saying I don't take time out to network, but I do. It's just not the priority. Because time is like the last 18 months has showed me that it's so many people that I rode hard for, who I had their backs. And at the end of the day, didn't have mine. And so now, whenever I hear people say, yo, J-Rock, yo, Jimmy, I got your back, bruh. I got your back, bruh. I hear this.
Stop lying.
That's what I hear playing in the background. And so, and it's not judgment. It's not anger. It's really my truths, my facts. And so in minding my business, not being focused on other people's needs who really don't give a F about me, has really allowed me to grow have more time for my wife, my kids, and my business, and just really take stuff to another level so that real opportunities, there's time and there's bandwidth for real opportunities to grow and build with real people. You know what I'm saying? And that is a awesome feeling. That is an awesome feeling to be on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because while I was doing it, it felt good. Okay, you building your networking, y'all laughing and joking. But then you find out all this other stuff, you be like, yo, too many people depend on social media and Facebook for their value. Their value is how popular they are in these Facebook groups and social media and stuff like that. Not my value is in me waking up every morning, knowing that I put my best foot forward the day before, as far as being a good husband, a good father, a dope business person, a good co-worker, a team lead, team member. That's where I feel my true value and strengths are. Divine Peace says he's been fighting the rocket pool addiction. I'm not going to talk about rocket pools and subscriptions. But yeah, it's definitely facts that, you have to mind your business. Because think about it. If you are not spending your time firming up your foundation, making sure, quote unquote, your house is in order, you don't have a stable foundation to stand upon to help anybody else. When you're on a plane, what's the first thing they tell you? Put on your safe flotation devices and safety devices first. then help somebody else in case of an emergency. Because if you're not protecting your neck, how are you possibly going to be able to effectively protect your team, protect your family, and focus on your goals? So, in life, there are what I call a lot of great distractions. And it wasn't until I came to this realization how distracted I was and I did something about it. It wasn't until then that I was really able to see success and see happiness in what I do. And it's like we often get distracted by other people's goals, other people's projects, and quite frankly, other people's shit. You know, if it's not the celebrity gossip or the blogs or academics or the Breakfast Club, you know, all of that stuff can be distractions, you know, to what you should be focused on. Like my goal for this week, being on vacation, outside of prepping. It's so funny when I take vacations because I always say I'm on vacation. Then it's at least a day or two on that vacation where I got work planned for the following week. But it's to really just chill and do whatever it is I feel like doing that I normally wouldn't have time for if it was a book solid week. Like movie nights with the family, cooking on the grill, chilling on the patio, going to the park. And it's all stuff that's like doesn't cost hardly any money, but costs time. And not being distracted by other people's shit, excuse my language, is really giving me back a lot of time. Because now the projects and stuff that I focus on are mutually beneficial projects that have real budgets, that have real timelines, and they are real expected results. So that if I take a week out or a month out to work on somebody else's project, it is mutually beneficial and not just J-Rock being a good dude and being pimped. I can't tell you. That's a whole nother story. And so my tagline for the business that DJ B Love came up with is exceed the culture. Exceed the culture. It's not a knock or a dig on anybody else. Exceed the culture is really our mantra, our marching orders for how we do things. Because you got to remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's how we approach projects. That's how we approach clients. And that's how we approach business. And even when I have day jobs, I approach my day jobs as if they're a client. You have to look at what you are doing and why. I could make way more money and be living in a big fancy house if I was into just chasing a buck or just, trying to make a quick dollar or, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I don't set out to do anything that I don't feel personally have a passion for. I don't have a personal passion for. Music, oh my goodness, I love music. So I figured out a way to do it good, to have fun with it, and make a living doing it. I love technology. I'm a geek. I'm a square. I'm a nerd. So figure out a way to do it honestly and to the best of my ability and make a living doing it. Video. Oh my goodness. I love producing video and live streams for events and stuff like that. Respect the art, learn the art, make the investment, figure out a way to monetize it, and do it. And see the culture. My homie Divine Peace, Allah says, it's all about forward progress. Put the culture on your back and go. Oh man, that's it, fam. That is it. And I know in recent years the DJ culture has changed, has morphed, just like the music and the music business has morphed. You know, you went from labels being gatekeepers to now I can grab this mic right here, put on a track. Hey, come up with a catchy hook, and I can do a TikTok joint and blow up and make thousands of dollars. So the gatekeepers to success, the traditional gatekeepers to success, they're struggling right now. Right now, you have the power and the technology is available for you to be your own gatekeeper to success. You are limited by your personal commitment, the amount of time that you want to invest, and how serious you take it. And I know some days it's easier to be motivated than others. Some days are like, I don't even feel like getting out of bed today. I was going to lay back and watch the next episode of Marlin or something. And you take all those days and you average it out and you do it in a way that you feel that you can maintain your mental health and reach your business goals and generate an income while exceeding the culture. And so, and really that's what it's all about. Just taking the time to really make yourself, make your family the priority. Because a lot of people will have these unrealistic expectations of things that you should be doing with your time and your resources when they are not the ones that's got to hit that highway or do that work or make that investment, but they benefit off that. So thank y'all for tuning in, helping me test the system. I know it turned more into me running my mouth live stream versus doing a whole lot of tech. But it's all relevant. My name is DJ J Rock of the Power Jam DJs and the Event Stream team. I appreciate y'all. Be sure to click the link in the description. We are 80 subscribers away on YouTube from reaching our goal. So if you could do me a solid and subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. Power Jam DJs on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. To everybody that participated in the comment box, William, Divine Peace, I appreciate y'all, man. Stay connected. Keep putting your best foot forward. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Until then, I'm out. J-Rock.